Leave my property. You do not reside here, Gary. Leave the property. Leave the property now.
On their way,
Leave the property now.
I just want to go ahead and get my stuff, please.
You do not reside here.
Yes, sir.
You do not reside here. Leave the property.
Excuse me, bro. Could you move out my way so I can get my stuff, please?
Leave
brother?
my property.
This is not your property. This is my uncle's property, and I live here.
Leave my property.
So why are you in front of my area, brother?
Leave my property.
Why are you in front of my area, brother?
Leave my property. You don't have authorization to be here. You've entered this property unauthorized. Leave now.
Why are you in my area?
Leave
brother?
now.
Please.
Leave now.
No. Until I get my belongings.
No. Leave.
You too old for this. You too old for that, bro. Like for real, bro.
You do not reside here.
Getting out of this here, bro.
You do not have authorization to live here.
Getting out of this here,
You have
bro.
entered this property unauthorized.
Bro.
No one gave you permission to come here. You do not have permission to come here. We did not give you permission to come here. Leave, please. Leave. No. This is my residence. You have entered this property unauthorized. Leave now. Leave now.
This is on their way. And you are harassing me, bro.
Leave the property.
They on their way.
Leave my property.
They on their way.
Leave my property, please.
Me, bro. You are harassing me, and I'm tired of it. I'm through. Remember these words. I told
Leave
you
my property. Leave my property.
Leave me alone, bro.
Leave my property.
Look at you, man. You 70 years old, got a phone in your hand, talking about leave my property. So what are you getting out of this here? What are you actually getting out of telling your family to leave your property?
You do not reside here.
Brother,
Leave now.
make sure you get your, make sure you bust
Leave the property.
Make sure you bust your nut.
Leave the property, Gary. Gary, you do not reside here. Leave.
Sorry ass niggas. Cause all you got going on is the game shit.
Gary, you do not reside here. Leave.
Grow up and be a real man.
Leave, Gary.
Be a real man, bro. It's time for you to grow up and be a real man, bro.
Leave the property.
Video games you playing, man. That shit is, that's childish, bro.
Gary, you have entered this property unauthorized. No one gave you permission to enter this property. Leave the property.
Childish, bro. You are childish.
Leave the property, Gary.
I'm not leaving until I get my belongings.
You do not have belongings here.
Talk like a man.
You do not have belongings here.
Talk like a man.
Everything on this property belongs to me.
Talk like a man, a grown man.
Leave, Gary.
No, you don't talk to me, Gary. You ain't no robot. Talk like a man.
Leave, Gary.
You just be a man.
Leave the property, Gary.
You man shit. You mean shit.
Leave the property, Gary.
You don't do shit like that.
Leave the property, Gary.
You don't do shit like that.
Leave the property, Gary.
Kids do shit like that with people that they don't know. You're 70 years old, and you're in the backyard fucking with your nephew.
Because you do not reside here.
Brother,
You don't reside
you
here.
don't got nothing else to reside. Spell reside.
Leave.
Spell reside. Spell reside. Dumb motherfucker.
Please leave the property, Gary.
Hey, this is not your property. When the police come, I'm gonna politely go in there where I slay my head at. And you're gonna politely get your ass out my way.
You've entered this property unauthorized.
Sound like a man.
No one has given you permission to sleep here. No one has given you permission to sleep here. Please leave.
You're not a man.
Leave the property, Gary.
You're a man or a robot. 70 years old.
Leave the property, Gary.
In front of the door. Would you feel good like you sticking me out? Because you're not.
You do not reside here.
You ain't sticking
And you know it. And you know you have entered this property unauthorized. No one has given you permission to reside here. No one has given you permission to have ID here. No one has given you permission to enter this building. Please leave.
Talk like a man, nigga.
Leave.
Talk like a man. A man don't talk. Leave your, take your bitch ass up. Grow up, nigga. Grow up. It's time for you to grow up. You're 7 years old with this childish ass shit. Grow your ass up. You're supposed to be a leader.
Go
You're
home.
supposed to be showing me how this shit go.
Go home.
You're supposed to be showing you how this shit go.
Go home, Gary.
You're supposed to be showing me how this shit go.
Go home, Gary.
So you're showing me the whole shit.
Leave the property and go home, Gary.
Black leaders out here.
Go home.
Leader, you're a wannabe.
Go home. Leave the property and go home.
I'm not going over. This is my uncle's property.
No, you do not reside here.
And competition with you. So I'm gonna sit right here until you move out of our area so I can go in there.
This is not your property. This is not your home.
So you got your ass
This is my room. You don't have permission to be here.
Just to fuck with me.
Please leave.
Please shut the fuck up. Please grow up. You 80-year-old faggot. 80 years old. What you getting out of this shit? What are you getting out of what you're doing?
Leave the property. Leave the property, Gary.
Tell me what you getting out of what you're doing, bro.
Leave the property.
Tell me what you getting out of what you're doing. Look at you, bro.
Leave the property,
Look at you.
or I will call the authorities.
Right